Really? I feel like every time I pop on here on this podcast starts Kyle's theme.
I don't know what last week's was. Here, we'll do a new one. Here, Persona 4 Arena. There you go. I'm gonna wait for it. I'm gonna wait for it to. There we go. Hello and welcome everyone to Super Gamekast, your favorite podcast about the video game industry and all the news that happens within it. Here's your host, Bronson Fiore.
Hi, everybody. What is up? It is a beautiful Sunday, August 13th, 2023. I'm your host, Bronson Fiore, joined by the always awesome Aaron Reynolds.
I'm here. Hello.
The mod mommy wielder of our band Hammer, Emily Hoslander.
What is up, my nerds?
And the sneakiest of the HR ninjas, Jesse Q.
Good morning.
Hi. Hey.
Hello.
Ninja, your energy levels are so high.
I'm so high.
That Jamie did not do much to help, did it?
Did not.
You thought you were good. You thought.
Right?
Oh, fuck. Okay, well, hey, it's been another wonderful week of video games and video game news and video game things, and we've been playing video games too.
Yeah, we have. There's been a lot. I just want to say real quick, Evo happened.
Yeah, it
Evo did happen. It sure did.
We didn't really cover it just because, like, I don't know, we've been on a fighting game kick, and we figure you guys have been watching that.
Also, like, our show was during Evo.
Yep.
So it's like, we all know you're fucking watching Evo.
Right.
We know.
Yeah.
We know you're watching Evo.
People won. A lot of there wasn't a whole lot of news that came from it, honestly, other than, hey, mask up when you go to these things.
Yes.
Wait,
Yeah.
what?
A lot of people got
It
COVID.
was a super spreader.
It was
Yep.
a super spreader event.
What?
Yep. A bunch of people
Mhm.
got sick from that. So,
Oh my god, no!
yeah, it's just
From what I've heard, it's not as bad as FanFest, but it was still pretty.
yeah.
Pretty gnarly.
Mm-hmm.
FanFest, from what I heard, was just like, oh, fucking plague.
Right,
You know,
right.
so, like that scene in World of Warcraft, Wrath of the Lich King, where Putris plague bombs both factions.
Oh.
Yeah, that was just FanFest.
And I've also heard this year's FanFest was absolute garbage, so.
Yeah,
I heard
that
it
was not
a real
planned
shit
well.
show.
One of my coworkers went to FanFest this year and he did not have a good time
Damn.
at all.
They oversold.
Yeah, they
tickets.
did. Little bit.
So, yeah, that's why we're not talking about it. But we got other news.
We do got other news. Like, hey, Baldur's Gate 3.
Hey, there's a video
It's
game.
Such a good game.
What? So what, Ninja?
Play the game. It's so good.
Yeah, play the game.
I don't normally like CRPGs, and I'm actually even enjoying it still. It's really dope. But there's been some controversy about this game when it comes to developers and publishers posting opinions of it on the internet.
I found out about this yesterday.
You did? It took you that long, eh?
I don't pay attention particularly for this reason, but I saw this was at the top of our doc, and I was like, okay, I should look into this. And my life is worse because of it.
It sure is.
So, all right, let's get into it.
All right. So basically, Baldur's Gate 3 is this amazing, huge, ridiculously good video game, an RPG. And it's what a lot of people think all RPGs should be, and just there's a million nice things people are saying about Baldur's Gate 3. And some developers came out and had some things to say about it in regards to scope and scale, and don't expect many or any RPGs to be like this. This should not be the new standard. And it kind of came off as in a lot of people's eyes as them being lazy or several other things. So the I have a couple of choice tweets, but the one in the headline here is why so it's quote rockstar level nonsense for scope. A lot of people I'm deeply excited about the lovely folks at what Larian accomplished with Baldur's Gate 3, but I want to genuinely, preemptively push back against players taking excitement and using it to apply criticism or raised standard to RPGs going forward. And then the thread continues. So yeah, and then he lists several different things about it and its size and scope and devs and several other things. And some devs have also come out and said some other things with it. The conditions in which Baldur's Gate 3 was made are atypical. There's no way to slight against the game or the people working on it who are clearly passionate and talented. Having the foundation set and funding to build things on your own terms is invaluable. Also, frankly, the concept of a quote baseline is a damaging concept. Games do not need to increase in size or technological complexity forever. There's just a narrative created by technology companies. If Larian wants to make a smaller game next time, that should be fine.
I think that is fine. I don't think that's a big deal, but I think the rest of this is.
Yes, and then someone hit back with, what's interesting, this is basically what Baldur's Gate 2 did. They had an engine and a team ready, and then they spent 2 years crunching and made one of the biggest RPGs ever. Just remember, it has 17 companions, each with their own quests, 4 romances, and a ton of side quests.
Mm-hmm.
And he is apparently the editor of the CRPG book, a free book on the history of computer role-playing games.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Where are we all on this?
Just put out a good game.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all it boils down to. Put out a good game.
So, okay, so there's a few different angles here. First, the original thread that brought this up. This was started by, as far as I can tell, one person who just started this conversation, and their concern was using Baldur's Gate 3 and what it is as a weapon against other developers, which I think is valid, but I think it's valid because like this happens all the time. Like people who are critical of other game devs and studios and such have been doing this anyway, so I'm not sure why you decided to call out Baldur's Gate 3 specifically.
Well, and it was really bad timing because like there have been a lot of what the public would see as lazy developers or greedy publishers recently.
Well, right, and we've talked about this earlier in a prior podcast that this year has been the year of well-crafted, well-made, money-grubbing first-person or single-player games. Between Metroid Prime remake and Resident Evil 4 remake and Hi-Fi Rush and Dead Space. Yes, like there have been a number of great games. Baldur's 3 has been added to that list. At the same time that Destiny 2 released an expansion that like everyone hates. Overwatch 2 said, yeah, we can't do the single player stuff. Also keep giving us money. Which they have a ridiculous amount of developers at their disposal for that game. And yet this and then Cyberpunk is coming back, but that was a amazing like moment of like why Jedi Survivor, another of one of those games is not being released well. PC ports have been coming out that are just borked still.
Well, not to mention like just wait for Starfield.
Starfield's I'm very curious.
Cannot wait to see those comparisons in a couple of weeks.
Yeah. So
and then only the Destiny one is the one I found like most interesting on your list because literally the same day that Baldur's Gate 3 launches, Destiny 3 basically had this long post of excuses of the current state of their game and why they couldn't get a PvP, more than one PvP map out in the state of PvP. And the short version is, look, game development is hard.
We know.
And it's like, we know, but
I don't think anybody's arguing that point. I don't know why you had to come out and say it.
I mean, I think there are absolutely people online on Twitter that argue that point, but those people are idiots.
Those people are dumb.
Those people are yeah.
But like, it's like, yeah, dude, we know it's hard, but you also like are Bungie.
Yeah.
You know, like you're the biggest goddamn you're one of the biggest companies. You're owned by Sony now, one of the other biggest companies. You have all this money coming in from microtransactions constantly. You always make the best. And like, my favorite thing is, like, they said, oh, we're not making ritual armor anymore because no one uses it. And that's because it looks like shit compared to the armor that you put in the fucking store.
Yeah.
Of course no one's using it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh. But go on, sorry.
But my problem with how all of this went down is that the concern that this developer put out had nothing to do with the actual problems with AAA games right now. It was specifically concerning just the amount of content this team was able to push into this product. It had nothing to do with, I'm sure this developer would be absolutely fine with single player games that don't put in microtransactions and battle passes and don't do all the bullshit and just want to put out a polished single player title. I don't think this developer is against any of that because that's not what they're talking about. But people took an opportunity to leverage real, criticism and valid criticism, but they did it off the wrong thing. And we needed to have this conversation. I'm just pissed that it happened here because now the conversation's poisoned. Because now devs have to come out in defense.
Yes.
And they have a legitimate reason to come out in defense because it was a misfire on having that conversation. And I caught an IGN article. It was a video.
It was the video, yeah.
IGN put it out, and it was game journalism's dead. That was content creation outrage bait that they put out. They didn't put out an article, a proper article. They put out this 10-minute video, and this guy, I forget his name, but
I think it's Dustin Liguri is that on that one. Yeah.
Okay.
Go on. Go on.
Very inflammatory. Very trying to stir the pot. Not interested in actually getting to the heart of it, which anyone who's been paying attention to games discussion, happening this year specifically, would know that it's not black and white. But he pulls a fucking Bill O'Reilly on this topic, and it's really sad to see IGN pulling that.
I mean, so I'm of two minds with this. It's one is okay, like, I agree that it was inflammatory to an extent, but I also there are some good points there, man. Like, it's
he uses a lot of good points. The point is he's misusing them. He's purposefully misusing them. And that's the problem. Because that's the frustrating part for me is that we've been needing to have this conversation. We've been needing to have a popular push against all this stuff. We need to be pushing hard to celebrate these games like Baldur's Gate 3 and games that go against the grain on all of these microtransactions and such. But the fact that he chose to use his platform as an editor on IGN to, in this way, muddies the waters so that we can't have that actual conversation. Now it's a fight between gamers and the in the trenches developers. Great, good job, awesome, yeah. So,
well, that makes sense. Yeah.
He makes good points about people making comparisons. Like the person in the original thread was like, this is a 400 person team that put this together, and he points out, like you did, Bungie has I think four figure people developing. Blizzard, like, holy hell, you have
like
resources.
Blizzard is a worldwide studio.
Yeah,
like
that's not. Yeah, like that original thread that he pulls from, I don't fully agree with. There are ways that he words some things that I don't agree with at all, but he knew that there was more to it, and he said, "I'm not going to do that, not at all."
Now, I also think that the developer is also on that train, though. Like the dev that originally posted this out is just like, okay, dude, but a lot of the people making these big RPGs are also 400-person teams with tons of experience with all this other shit. Like, and I don't think anyone's gonna hold this game as the standard.
No,
I don't think that was anyone's expectation. This very much feels like a 10-part clout post.
Well, again, yeah, no, it's totally like we were talking about. This has been done before. Like the idea that not this person's thread, but some idiots using one game and being like, why isn't your game like this or to the level of this or whatever? And we know that that's like ridiculous or whatever. Like there are multiple teams of different sizes and different qualities that are trying to do different things. The majority of people know this, and so this post, like when you look at it, is pretty unnecessary. Like I agree, but to have blown it up in the way that article did, and then to misrepresent the conversation of what the actual issue is, just to fan the flames, is beyond shitty.
Yeah, okay, I can see that.
Because we need to have that conversation. We need to be like, we need to be coming together to be like, yes, we want to make good games that come out polished and not broken. We need to make games that don't, siphon money from you the way like a Diablo 4 does.
Or, the way an Overwatch does.
Yes.
The way, like, even even like we all play MMOs here. And we all at least have one, in my case, 2 subscription MMOs that also have these big bloated fucking stores filled with bullshit.
Yeah.
God. Yes, I do think the video was inflammatory, but on the other end of that, I think it also has, it brings up a lot, like both parts of this, I think, bring up a lot of good points, but I'm also on the side of like, I don't think the expectation is every RPG is going to be like this.
No.
I do think the expectation is if you are the size of Larian and have the talent that Larian has, like CD Projekt Rev does, like Bungie does, like a lot of these studios do, then you should be in the ballpark.
Sure.
You should, like, there's no reason Destiny 2 should be as fucked as it is.
No.
Like there is zero reason that
yes.
D2 should be as fucked as it is.
And Bungie and Blizzard and all the studios in similar situations should be held, accountable by fans that, are trying to play their game and have put money towards their game to, like, absolutely.
But that goes back to the whole, we all know every gamer boycott is one 30-second trailer away from being over.
That's true.
Yeah.
Unless it's like Overwatch levels of outrage, like it doesn't happen.
Well, and this goes back to what we really need to do in order to actually fix this, which is stop buying the games that have battle passes and microtransactions and all that, and put all our money and effort and energy into the single player experiences.
And like the thing is, I'm not against multiplayer experiences though. Like
no,
I love
not.
multiplayer experiences. It's just that you need to make the monetization for them not the most disgusting thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
Right.
And that seems really goddamn hard for a lot of fucking publishers for whatever reason. And
it makes money. It sucks.
Does.
Like a lot of us would have to agree not to spend money in those spaces and hope that the whales don't carry them.
And the thing is, the whales almost always are.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like Lost Ark is still alive. Lost Ark has like 1/100th like 1/1000th of its fucking player base from when it was at peak. It has a million issues, but there's a small handful of whales still playing the game and enjoying the game.
Yep.
So it doesn't stop.
No. But the people that are responsible for that are not the developers that are actually, putting the pieces together to make the game.
No, absolutely not. Like the amount, we saw that with a bunch of different studios where even when the development team says no, it's like, all right, cool, you're fired.
Right.
Which is shitty in its own right, but
Yeah.
like, and in Larian's case, that they are an independent publisher. Like the only part of this that goes to some giant corporation is they are using the Dungeons and Dragons license.
Right.
Like that's it. Every other part of this is this particular product is, yeah, man, we did this all on our own, and they're not beholden to shareholders, but like shareholders need to understand that, like, hey man, if you put out a Baldur's Gate 3 type experience and like you are going to get loyal customers who are going to come back over and over and over and over again, and you're also going to get and on top of that you're also going to make a shit ton of money on the game up front and over time. You're going to get a Skyrim effect. But they don't care because they don't think beyond the next quarter or at best the next year.
Right.
And that's super shit is the issue there.
Yep.
And then like this week I like slipped into like a gotcha stream, right? Like of like people and like the way people get addicted to gotcha and microtransactions is wild. Like I popped into from what I heard, Bungie doesn't own Destiny more. That's why the game went to shit. No, they do. They still own it. They just continue to make terrible decisions.
Which is weird because the way Destiny 2 started was not doing well, and they had to listen to player feedback to get it to a place where it was good. And now they're back in it again?
Then they ruined it themselves.
I don't even know the full situation regarding Destiny 2 right now.
That's another time thing.
Yeah, okay.
That's we may have to make our own separate podcast to be like, this is why this is so fucked.
Right.
So yeah, like I think that like I do agree that like consumers in general need to hold this shit to a higher standard, but then I go pop into like Emaru or Tectones, like Genshin and Honkai Star Rail streams where they're unlocking new characters and they just fucking lose their shit. Like they just won $1 million by getting a like super rare character. And fucking Emaru screaming, "Oh man, the dopamine hit! It feels so fucking good," And I'm just like, "Oh, we're doomed. We're doomed. This shit is like they're gonna do this shit forever until people learn to say no, and I don't think they're ever gonna learn to say no."
Right.
That shit makes so much money for like the minimal amount of content.
Yeah. No, exactly. Like Baldur's Gate 3 is fucking expensive. To make a Baldur's Gate 3 or a Tears of the Kingdom, like, and the thing is, we have like so many examples of like, okay, but Tears of the Kingdom has the same scope as Baldur's Gate 3. It's huge, it's massive, and it has all these crazy systems on a console that's basically a fucking 15-year-old Android tablet. So yeah, like that's or like Elden Ring. Elden Ring is a year old. Yep. It's only a year old. This isn't like I would say Elden Ring is every bit as big and weirdly ambitious as Baldur's Gate. I would also, like there are examples of this. It's like it just is there a way to get gamers to say no, we're not going to support these gross microtransactions and these other things?
Nope.
And no, it's not, and then you have to think like most of the audience is the casual or normie audience, so they don't even see this as issue. They just see it as like, oh, this is what it is. Unless they're old like us and maybe they remember the before time of video games, like, let's just buy the game. They don't enjoy it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. It's bad. The way there's a conversation that needed to be had, and it's been kind of poisoned a little bit. It'd be nice. I assume it's going to continue. We'll sort it out eventually.
That article got tons of traction.
Yeah, it did.
And what I hope is, I hope the positive that I hope that can come from it is that there is a number of gamers who are like, okay, we don't want every game to be like Baldur's Gate 3, but we do want games that are made by teams of this size and this scope, to have this standard of no microtransactions, no milking me for every penny, etc., etc.,
Yeah.
And I don't know if that'll happen, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
It won't.
It won't. Ninja just like,
it won't. Yeah.
The solace that we can take is that, hey, just this year alone, we've gotten a number of bangers that are single player experiences that don't, have microtransactions and battle passes and stuff.
Yep.
From decently sized studios, at least. So they are here. I think at best what you're going to have is just them living side by side, and just hope that your franchise gets to be spared.
Yeah, it doesn't, or it rebounds if it does go that way. Because you look at the launch of Jedi Survivor, great game, great studio, but launch totally fucked.
Yeah.
You look at, and that happens over and over and over and over again, man. And if you wait for reviews, and then people don't even wait for reviews. Like, how often do you hear people just pre-order shit?
Oh God, yeah. No, more than ever.
There used to be a reason to pre-order, because you weren't sure you were going to get the game, especially if it was like a niche title.
Mm-hmm. Like a collector's edition or whatever. Like, you weren't sure you're going to be able to get whatever.
Yeah, why would you have pre-ordered the new fucking Star Wars game?
Right.
Like, it's fucking Star Wars. It
used to be pretty common to hear like, oh yeah, it's a good thing you pre-ordered. We only got 3 copies of this game in. Like, but that doesn't happen anymore.
No, but it's partially because it's like, oh, digital. So yeah, of course. Yeah, there used to be a reason that you'd go out and oh, I pre-ordered Catherine because they're gonna have 3 copies of Catherine for this store that supports the whole goddamn area. Now it's, oh, they don't have Catherine, cool, I'll go download it.
Yep. Yeah.
So
hopefully people are able to sort things out and get to the real issue, but even if some of them do, it won't be enough.
Press X to doubt.
Yes.
Ooh. Yeah, so I don't know. Just our best advice to you is don't go use Baldur's Gate 3 as a cudgel against other developers or publishers, but also definitely buy games like Baldur's Gate 3 and Tears of the Kingdom and
absolutely
these, fuck, even Hogwarts Legacy. Hogwarts Legacy ran really well at launch and was a good game and was feature complete, and its deluxe edition is a little gross, but not horrible. I think that's, go support fully fleshed out single player games. And if you can add on independent in there as well, like Baldur's Gate 3, even better.
Absolutely.
Even fucking better.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Yeah, don't get sucked into this nonsense conversation that's happening.
I think and then I also think it's fine to demand fucking better. Like it's hard for me because like, okay, well, yeah, don't be asking like I forget the name of the team, but like yeah, I don't expect the Sea of Stars team to make a game like Baldur's Gate 3 just because they're independent and making an RPG.
Right.
Right.
I sure as shit expect Bungie to make something as polished as Baldur's Gate 3.
Yep.
Like that's the argument you should be having. And I think the fear from developers is, oh well, we're an independent developer and we can't match that scope. So like, dude, we're not. Most of the people in this argument are not talking to you.
Yeah.
Right.
We know you're okay. You're safe. But
We're
like,
looking
yeah,
at Bungie, we're looking at Bethesda, we're looking at Obsidian.
Yep.
we're looking at Blizzard. We're looking at like because we just had Diablo launch. And Diablo was feature complete, but $30 fucking costumes.
Yeah.
So yeah, like that's another perfect example. God, I'm trying to remember. Like
Man, I'm looking at Exoprimal. Like I think this game's great, but man, they put $60 on this thing with a bunch of suits behind, a paywall. And like even if they didn't have all of that, like I have a hard time recommending the game for $60 even though I enjoy it a lot. And
yeah, and I mean to be fair, we got to get because like we got it through Game Pass, so
that's the way to get it.
That's the best way to fucking play that game.
Yeah. But
so
there's definitely constructive criticism at best, and then just like there's some heat, some deserved heat on studios like Bungie and Bethesda and Blizzard, for sure. But that's not what this is.
Microsoft, fucking
Yeah.
like like I remember a developer in Insomniac chimed in on this, and most people were just like, "Dude, we are. This is not aimed at you. Like this is not aimed at you in any way, shape, or form. One, your games are feature complete and polished. Two, like Insomniac's big, but they're not Bungie big. Like that's a different. Sorry, go ahead.
But this goes back to the miscommunication that's happening, where the devs, including the original thread person, was talking about, want to keep things within the ballpark depending on the developer and such. Poorly worded as it was, and some of it I still disagree with. But and then the people that are taking the argument the other way are talking about the legitimate complaints regarding, complete stuff, incomplete games and microtransactions and all that. They're talking past each other on this.
That part is frustrating.
Yep. So both
Ninja,
sides have good
anything...
points. Oh yeah.
Yeah, Ninja, you got anything else for this?
No, I don't. I mean, I think we covered it pretty well.
M.
I think it's about covered.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, guess what?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Speaking of feature complete games not being finished.
Uh-huh.
Oh boy. Here we go.
And milking you for microtransactions. And
yeah.
Oh.
So hey, at one point I'm pretty sure all of us here enjoyed Overwatch.
Yeah.
At one point or another.
I played it at launch. That was awesome.
Yeah, that first year of Overwatch, I threw a good like $500 that game. That was my experience with fucking the evil of gacha.
I was gonna say, how'd you put $500 into it?
Loot boxes.
All the loot boxes, motherfucker.
Dude, what?
Shit.
Come on. All right.
Dude, I wanted all the Halloween and Christmas costumes, and I got them.
Who doesn't want to see their favorite person in a Santa hat?
I don't want to pay for something I don't know what I'm gonna get.
Yeah, you'll get it eventually if you keep paying.
Yeah, you know you're gonna get it eventually. It
Thank
just
God I
becomes
was poor then,
$1,000.
man. Wow.
Yeah, yeah, man. That was like literally right as I was starting my career in insurance.
Okay.
So I had cash to burn.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did, bro. Shit.
Man.
Oh man.
But speaking
So,
of,
Yes.
but hey, that game launched on Overwatch 2 launched on Steam this week.
did it really?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And it is getting review bombed to hell and back.
Oh
good.
no.
Good.
Oh
Um,
no. Oh,
so
buddy.
Overwatch 2 is complete. It is now the worst reviewed game on Steam
Okay.
as of right now. It has the most overwhelmingly negative reviews.
Oh
There
my
You know
are
God.
what had it before Overwatch 2?
no, I don't. I'm sorry.
Let me
So
look
but
that up.
but yeah, so it is the most negatively reviewed game on Steam. And it is also on the top sellers list by revenue. So people are spending money on the battle passes and the hero bundles and the everything, which goes back to what we always say of, you know, gamers very much seemingly talk out two sides of their mouth sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
So our bottom three, I guess, are Overwatch 2, War of the Three Kingdoms, and then Flat Out 3.
yeah, okay, so
I'll say I can give you the bottom 100.
Oh God.
because and man, Overwatch 2 is not a bad game when you're playing it.
No.
It's just it's one, if you're a free to play player who never played the original, boy howdy, have fun trying to earn characters through a shitty battle pass. That's a big issue with it. Only 14% of the reviews are positive.
Okay.
Damn.
And
That's cold.
just as an example of what you can expect, um, one review from the Steam user Orange sums up the sentiment. Overwatch 2 has no respect for you. It's an attempt to pry open your wallet while masquerading as the game it used to be.
Oof.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't play a whole lot of Overwatch, so I don't know what playing it is like, but yeah, it is
Mhm.
just it is everything that people dislike about these money sink games on top of just not delivering on stuff that they promised.
Well, yeah, everyone was super excited for that like PvP mode, right? Or that PvE mode and the story
Yeah.
mode.
Yep.
And they're just like, nope, we're canceling it. Like,
Didn't they cite like the reason they were going, hard on microtransactions and all that specific for Overwatch 2 and making Overwatch 2 was to
yeah, it was to fund that.
that was the whole
Yes,
point.
that was the
Mhm.
whole purpose of making 2 and doing 2. It was that and to change to a battle pass structure. And it
Mhm.
was like, all right, cool, I guess. And then they just, yeah, no, they were just like, how about we just take this money and run off with it?
How about we
Uh,
don't?
and then repackage these assets into this like horde mode thing because we need to make the money out of that. We need to make something out of those PVE assets that we're never going to use for an actual PVE,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and we have all the assets. So there you go. Why not?
At the same time, they put out Diablo Immortals to immense criticism and even more immense profit. And Diablo 4.
And
Yeah.
Diablo 4 is at least a really good game.
Yes.
Like, I enjoyed my time with the campaign in Diablo 4, and I'm not exactly like I'm not playing the seasonal content, and I'm not like really particularly sweaty with it, so it is what it is.
Yeah.
But like they can make good stuff still. It's just I guess they just don't fucking want to, or they just
Right.
really want to milk you because let me tell you, I logged in to Modern Warfare 2 last week, and man, they really, really want you to spend money in that store. Like
Yep.
the store, the skins and the store stuff is all over that fucking game. Every goddamn screen I'm in, it's like, hey man, this is the way to spend money. Hey man, this is the way to spend money. Hey man, this is the way to spend money. Like it almost made me want to delete it off my fucking PlayStation.
Yeah.
Like they're like, oh hey man, yeah, you can do this stuff to unlock this guns, or you can just pay to have it unlocked.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yep. There you go. You can just pay to have it unlocked.
Yeah.
So yeah, like that's that. God, and I don't know why it's being left alone in all this fucking madness, but like World of Warcraft's the only thing that they're doing that doesn't have any kind of this gross stuff in it right now.
Yeah. Yet right now.
Yeah, well, exactly. That's the I'm waiting for the shoe to drop.
Mm-hmm.
I'm enjoying it while the shoe hasn't dropped, and they've been putting out content every 8 weeks on the dot, and like they're just on it right now, and I'm just like, so when are you gonna fuck it up? I know you're gonna fuck it up. Just when are you gonna fuck it up? You know?
It's yep. Not a lot really discouraging them, unfortunately.
No, because people will spend the money.
It's good that they're getting these reviews, or not these reviews, but these articles and videos are getting made about it, so people are talking about it. But the money has to stop.
Yes. And the thing is in the case of like the money sink thing, like I don't like I have a dude on my BattleNet friend list. He's a someone I used to work at AT&T with. And that dude, I see him in Diablo Immortal constantly. I see him on Diablo Immortal constantly, and I'm just like, he doesn't care. Like he apparently has a job that pays well enough to where he can just do what he wants to do in the game, or he just really enjoys playing on his phone or whatever, and he doesn't really give a shit about the like ramifications of what it means. Like it is what it is.
Yeah.
Uh,
And so it
people,
continues.
look, I'm not great with my money, but Jesus Christ, people, come on.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. They found that line regarding loot boxes and all that, and so they went back, they dialed it back, and now they're pushing forward a bit more, a bit more. They know where they pushed it too far, where Congress started getting involved. So they're going to see if they can ride that line a little longer. And you know what? For now, they're safe. So
they figured out battle passes. Like, hey man, and then individual cosmetics, and you can make these individual cosmetics cost an ass load of money. And yeah, no, it's yep.
Yep.
The best part about this though was Blizzard's response. That was the so during all this, the game has of course seen a deep drop in players.
Yes.
I mean, of course it would. That just makes goddamn sense.
Mm-hmm.
Well, their response to this was, quote, the declining stuff is basically we are a free-to-play game. It's very both easy to come to the game, check it out, and leave to check out other stuff. We see a normal ebb and flow of players. There's nothing concerning to me or the team about any of it.
This was an updated here. Did they say anything new?
Did they? I put that up last night, so
it says
if they did,
it says it was updated, but it doesn't show anything. Okay, well, because that's not a great way to respond to so many negative reviews.
Yep, that's yep.
They need to not see the money, else they won't care.
Yeah, that's pretty much all it comes down to, right?
Yep, exactly. I mean that why is Dragonflight good? because everybody and their mom left because they hated Shadowlands.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like for them to fix Diablo, you are all gonna have to stop playing Diablo for a fucking while.
Mhm.
You know, same thing. You know, same thing with any other of these games.
Yep.
But like people won't, because like I have friends who bitch and moan about the Overwatch PvE, but then I log on to BNet and oh look, a bunch of people playing Overwatch. Weird.
Yep. Every time.
You know, same thing with like this example, because man, all you are sure review bombing Overwatch, but oh look, it's a top seller on Steam for profit. So what does the game suck ass but you don't care? Or are you review bombing because you're upset but you're actually not willing to boycott the fucking game? Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Something I should mention just real quick is because we've had the conversation about boycotts, and boycotts don't work for that reason, but also the other reason is a lot of the people that make the decisions that are responsible for the boycott happening are the people that stay and they fire the other people.
Yeah.
Which also really fucking sucks. May change things later. But yeah,
You basically have to you basically have to have a Shadowlands situation where like 2/3 of your player base leaves.
and spends a lot of time
Well,
talking about it.
yeah, like you have to have. So like what the Overwatch community would have to do is for the next however long it takes, um, basically bitch and moan about everything that's going on in Overwatch, and from there just keep bugging about it and not play the game. But I don't think that's ever gonna fucking happen.
Yeah.
So I could be wrong, but
It would be nice to be wrong.
it would be great. It'd be awesome. I'd love to. I would love to log on and see a bunch of really pissed off Overwatch fans not playing Overwatch, trying other games, Exoprimal, Valorant, fucking CS:GO. Because like, there's not like there aren't alternatives to Overwatch.
Mm-hmm.
You think these guys would be into Valorant?
Yeah. I mean, team-based hero shooter.
Yeah.
Plays
Yeah,
differently.
I think the difference there is that Valorant is like Counter-Strike but with powers.
Yeah. So okay, but like paladins exist. So
I wouldn't want them to play Exoprimal because I feel like Exoprimal is for us casuals. We're not sweating this. We're picking our favorite suits and just running around shooting dinosaurs.
Yeah, pretty much.
But you can make any game sweaty, bro.
You can. That's what I'm trying to avoid.
Look at what happened to Smash Brothers.
Oh God.
Oh man.
So
It would be interesting to see them start developing in the direction of adding more depth to Exoprimals, but
Mhm.
I just don't want overly sweaty people getting mad at people for not doing a certain build or something. You know what I mean?
fair, I get that.
Yeah, but yeah, all right. I guess we'll see what happens with Overwatch. They're making a hell of a lot of money, so I'm not expecting any changes.
Yep. Speaking of making a whole lot of money, Disney seems to be pretty good at that.
God damn it. Yeah.
So, hey, bro, who here is paying for Disney Plus or has Disney Plus?
I am.
I am not.
I am. Aaron, you're on mine.
Yes.
Okay, I'm on my dad's.
Okay, well, it's getting a price hike again. Second
Mhm.
time in 2 years.
It's still
what's-
operating in the red though, which
Yeah.
is their justification for it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. How much is
Yep.
this price hike?
$2.
Yeah. Wait, no.
Yeah, it's $2. So it went. So the original price was $8. Then it went to 10. Then it went to 12. Now it's going to be 14 starting October 12th.
Oh, it says here it'll jump from 11 to 14.
Well, $11.99, 12.
Well, it says
Yeah,
it says $10.99 to $13.99 here.
Then that is a typo in that article because I definitely pay
And it
$12.
says Hulu's going from $14.99 to $17.99.
Oh,
Oh,
I don't know how much I actually pay on it because I get the bundle.
Right.
yeah. See, I don't have the bundle. I've just been using a friend's Hulu, but yeah, man. Like
It's a lot.
it's a not only is it a lot, but like this is like the third one in 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'd be a little more fucking understanding if it were like, if it weren't this goddamn bad, but that's not the case. It's this is awful. This is the third one. Like really, you couldn't go a whole nother year without another price hike.
Right.
For a streaming service that, let's be honest, outside of legacy content, like the older content that's on there, it's kind of middling. Like, let's put it this way. Y'all know I watched all the Marvel stuff as it comes out.
Yeah.
Secret Invasion is the first one that I have skipped. Like, I watched the first 3 episodes, and I was just like, I'm not feeling this.
Yeah, I've heard that it is like not good.
It is rough.
Which is crazy because, like, isn't Secret Invasion like one of the big Marvel plot stories? Like,
yes.
Yeah.
How
Sure
did
is.
they mess that up?
That is one of the biggest comics.
If you're messing
But
that
no.
up while you're releasing all these other side story, movies and shows, it's like,
Yeah. So, and as a whole, Phase 4 onward, and now Phase 5, Marvel has been very up and down.
yep.
Like Ant-Man was okay, Guardians was great. Secret Invasion kind of sucks. I know it's not MCU, but it is still Marvel. Spider-Verse 2 was awesome. It's just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And I think that combined with superhero fatigue, people are just tired.
Yeah.
They're just done.
Yep.
So, and then Disney itself is nothing to write home about. Like, I can't tell you the last time I remember a Disney movie me being like, yeah, I'm down. And then, God, what else is there? I'm trying to think.
I think the Little Mermaid did pretty well.
And I heard it did the opposite.
I've been hearing mixed on Little Mermaid, and for the Disney price hike, yeah, it's getting. Where did I see it? Yeah, commercial free Disney Plus will cost $13.99 per month, a 27% increase beginning October 12th. Disney Plus with ads will remain $7.99 per month, and will also expand its ad tier offering to select markets in Europe and Canada.
It really feels like they're trying to push people towards the ad tier. Feels like they're trying to push people towards the ad tier so they can double dip. That's what it feels like.
Yeah.
Because if you're on the ad tier, yeah, you're paying less money, but they're also making money off of however many ads you watch.
Yep.
We really are just going back to cable.
We are there, man.
Added bonus. For consumers who want both Disney Plus and Hulu without commercials, they can pay $19.99 per month in a new Premium Duo offering, a $12 per month savings, which will be available starting September 6th.
And I feel like that's what most people are going to go towards.
That's what I pay for those two and ESPN Plus.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're losing ESPN Plus. Awesome.
That's fine. I don't watch ESPN.
Well, that's
actually,
great, but
I haven't used that once.
Actually, Ninja, they're hiking up that price.
Oh, I can move over to the other one though. and not pay
Yeah.
more for a service I don't use.
Disney also increased the price of its bundle of Disney Plus no ads, Hulu no ads, and ESPN Plus with ads to $24.99 per month.
Yeah, that's fine for me. I'll drop ESPN.
Yeah, but the thing is you shouldn't fucking have to. You know, like this is ridiculous. This is another insane price hike, and let me tell you, you could just make better content so more people want to stay subscribed, and put out more content more often. It's not like you don't have the fucking library for it. You're goddamn Disney. But,
So much property at your disposal, guys.
This
yeah.
is also a good time to remind everyone that, like all the other streaming services, they have also been big offenders in starting shows and then cutting them off before they have to start paying, proper
Oh,
residuals. They are
Um,
scraping as much money as they possibly can from everyone involved.
and they're also probably the worst offenders in regards to the writer's strike.
Yep.
writers and actors strike.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
like Bob Iger has made so many comments about this whole thing, saying that he hopes to make it to October or whatever it was, and I'm just like, all of these heads, um, Bob at Disney, the guys at Warner Brothers, Netflix, everybody, pay your fucking writers for God's sake. Pay your fucking actors.
So nuts. Absolutely nuts.
Yeah, no, it's and the thing is only one of these streaming services is profitable. It's Netflix. That's the real
Yeah,
funny part. It's like Netflix. I want to say Crunchyroll is also profitable, but I can't.
which actually just got a Crunchyroll, thanks to my buddy.
Nice.
I'm like, oh god, what do I watch now?
Crunchyroll's pretty good.
Crunchyroll is pretty good.
If you are not sailing the high seas, Crunchyroll's pretty good.
If you're not trying to find the One Piece.
That's right. Which is really just the friends we made along the way. So I mean, I
I
don't know what
mean,
everybody's so excited about.
Yep.
it's fair.
We're gonna get to the One Piece soon. It's friends. I guarantee you, it's friends.
Guarantee.
So,
Let's combine this with
anyway,
the other story here.
Yeah, the other story related to this is Disney is going to be looking into cracking down on password sharing next year.
Hooray.
The service joins Netflix and trying to stop viewers from sharing passwords as it seeks to stem heavy financial losses. Disney Plus has saw its first quarterly subscriber loss on growth loss, as well as growth lagging well behind Netflix. So we'll get into that in a minute. What his direct quote was: "We are actively exploring ways to address account sharing, and the best option for paying subscribers to share their accounts with their friends and family. Later this year, we'll begin to update our subscriber agreements with additional terms and our sharing policy. We will roll out tactics to drive monetization sometime in 2024. Bob Iger admitted he doesn't know how much cracking down password sharing will drive growth for the service, since it has already lost billions since its original launch. However, he describes it as a priority. In calendar 2024, we're going to get at this issue," Iger says.
Great.
Shit.
Great.
Oh, my brother doesn't watch this podcast, but sorry, dude.
Why does your brother watch the show? What the fuck? That's the real answer.
Does his own thing.
That's the real answer we need to be getting at here.
Exactly.
So, anyway, Netflix began limiting password sharing earlier this year. After losing subscribers in July, the streamer announced that the move had increased revenue and new signups were exceeding expectations. So,
well,
not surprising at all.
Yeah.
I called that shit. I was just like, oh yeah, no one's gonna count there. The second that shit went out, Stephanie, who was on my Netflix, and my mother both made their own Netflix accounts.
Mm-hmm.
The second it happened.
Yeah.
Yep.
they said, "Hey, I'm gonna transfer my stuff over. You can delete my profile." I was like, "Great, all right,
Okay.
cool, yep." On the heavy financial losses note, the losses, they lost 3.8 million subscribers, including on Hotstar, which is the version of Disney Plus in India and parts of the Southeast. On top of all of that, did see a slight growth, 4.6 or 46.4 to 46.6 in the US on Disney Plus. It did see revenue go up 8% year over year, but it was largely because of Disney parks. So,
Right.
yep. So, yep.
Yeah. Great.
Streaming. Woo!
It's bad. Very bad.
Yep. My advice is either sail the high seas, or if you want to support the creators, I'm officially on team physical media.
Yeah.
I went out and I bought that Nick Cage movie like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Nice.
I went out and I bought Final Fantasy Advent Children on
Good.
Blu-ray.
Good.
All right.
I'm looking to get the D&D movie soon.
Do it.
Like I am here for the physical. You know.
Yeah, I suddenly have a ton of movies pre-ordered, and I have never done it in my life.
Yeah.
Did you get Guardians 3 yet?
No, yeah. I do
Okay.
intend to get that one. That one's on the
Okay, good.
but
Good.
you know what? I want to support the creators, and I want to know that my movie is not going fucking away for no goddamn reason.
Yep.
And I'm tired of supporting these streaming services, especially in Disney's case. Like Disney, what I'm probably going to end up doing is if there's a show that's actually worth watching, I'll probably end up I'll probably go ahead and either resubscribe for 1 month, or I'll just pirate it, or I'll go and make an email and do that trial.
Mhm.
You know, that was my game plan. That's how I used. So back when DC had its own streaming service,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't want to pay for a monthly streaming service to DC to watch just Harley Quinn. What I would do is I would go ahead and what I do is I'd go ahead and just make an email on my Gmail or something, and then I would go ahead and just use that email and make a free trial, and there you go, done.
Right.
So that is an option. So God, yeah. So physical movies, physical shows, piracy. Just don't, you know. Come back to the earlier argument, starve them of money, which I know most of you aren't going to do.
Yeah. It'd be nice.
I mean, yeah, it'd be great.
That'd be great.
You know,
People are online talking about it more than ever before.
I mean, yeah, that's good. If enough rabble is roused and a handful of people cancel, we might, there might be hope.
Yeah. Yep.
But I just don't count on it anymore.
No, not at all.
I'm hoping that I obviously have hope still, but I'm also as tentative about it as ever. So, Ninja, did you already cancel Disney Plus, or you gonna keep that?
No.
Because I thought about it. I'm just like, okay, like I care about Loki. I'll stick around for Loki, but then after Loki, I'm like, they don't have anything on there I give a shit about. I stopped caring about Star Wars years ago. I still haven't watched Andor.
No, my wife likes the Disney original sitcoms and TV shows, so we keep it.
That's
it.
fair.
She watches
There's
a
some
lot
cute
of those.
stuff.
Yeah, I've been watching that new season of Futurama on Hulu. That is pretty good.
I need to watch that. Shit.
Yeah.
It's shockingly good. All right, well, that's Disney and password sharing.
Fun.
Enjoy it while you got it.
Yeah.
So pretty much every leak under the sun was right. So Quake 2 Remaster was announced and released on Game Pass and for purchase at QuakeCon going on right now. So if you want to play some Quake 2, you can do so right now.
Cool.
Yep. So
what was it that we were watching? There was a clip of competitive Quake happening across the internet. Was that the remake that they're working on?
yeah, I mean,
I think
that wasn't
so.
a remake. They put out like that. They put out that like hero shooter Quake thing.
Because it's
That was
called
Quake
Quake.
Champions.
Quake Champions, is that it? Okay.
Yeah, that's
Mhm.
what that is, and
Wasn't
that
there
was
a Quake 2 remake that was being
the
shown off this week?
there was a that came out this week, and that's what we're talking about now. And then there was the Quake, and then Quake 1 remake came out like 2 years ago,
Yeah.
and then yeah, so I don't know. Quake is sort of alive,
Sort
kinda,
of.
It's
like
gotten a little injection of life with this.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So
Be right back 1 second.
All right. It's interesting. Yeah, people were comparing watching competitive shooters, specifically with Quake, to watching fighting games. And there was a little conversation around that.
I totally can see that. The level of skill needed to be like good at Quake is very comparable to a fighting game.
Comparable
Mhm.
but different. Like,
Yeah, yes.
so someone who only plays fighting games like looked at Quake and just did not know what to even look for. But like, I don't know. I personally think the shooter makes more sense when you're just watching, because like obviously you need to have reaction times and you need to know, okay, this power up comes like at this location every 30 seconds or whatever, after it's taken or something like that, so there is some knowledge stuff, but like I can watch a shooter and watch people move around on a map, and I can get the sense of a map after watching enough of it.
Mhm.
And yeah, there's some knowledge stuff there. Fighting games, I feel there's a lot to fighting games that is not truly seen.
This might be just a design language thing with me in fighting games and other people who've played them for a while.
Mm.
But I don't know. I largely feel that about fighting games. Like I can largely look like, oh, that's probably this.
But yeah,
Like,
and that
but
comes with a lot of having seen fighting games.
yeah,
But for the casual person, it's like it's people wailing on each other. I can see sometimes that they miss. I can see, someone counters and someone counters the counter. That's cool. But like I can't appreciate the technical prowess of getting a certain combo off. Like I'll say like this is a cool combo, and then but I sometimes you'll hear just based on how the audience reacts, like, oh, they're reacting the moment this combo has started, so like this is a guarantee to hit, and then I have to wait for the roar to happen at the end for people to be like, wow, he pulled off that combo.
yeah, and I think that is partially seen by like Ray made like when I post that stuff about Evo, Ray had his comments on Twitter, and I'm like, yeah, you do not understand why some of this shit is so hype.
Right. And
Uh,
I'm not, and that's not to say that the, shooter games don't have something like that. I see it. It's more rare, I think.
I mean, all you're
yeah,
doing is pointing and clicking on heads, right? That's what FPS is
And
in.
that's all it is.
Yeah.
yeah.
um, but yeah, so there was some good conversation happening there. Fun to see people looking at their twitchy, arcadey shooters again after years of Call of
After
Duty
years,
domination.
Mm-hmm.
yes, and Call of Duty's Twitch just in a different way, but yes, it's
Yeah, it is in a different way. And then like the other arcade shooter is like Halo, which is I don't know, in a fluctuating state. Is also
it's
much
a,
slower than these other games.
yes, it is significant. Halo is significantly slower than Call of Duty.
Yes.
Like, yeah, so Time to kill in Halo is long as hell compared to a lot of other games.
Yep.
All right. Next up, hey, guess what? If you want all them Ninja Turtles in the Ninja Turtle DLC for Street Fighter, it's gonna cost you $100 fucking.
Speaking of
Yep.
quote unquote microtransactions.
Yeah, another micro about $100 or $25 for one turtle. For one.
Unreal.
There's nothing micro about these microtransactions. $25 for a fucking costume.
Macro transactions.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. That's what they're called.
You
know, a microtransaction that costs I don't know, like literally more than the price of the deluxe edition of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Like, god damn.
Unreal. And we did our pre-game, Sunday morning SmackDown on the stream, and we nearly found all the turtles. I don't think we saw one Leonardo.
It was weird because I like Leonardo. He's not my favorite, but I like him.
Yeah. Is there a turtle anyone hates?
That's fair.
Like they're all good. But yeah, no, we totally saw people. Yeah, they paid that money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
No problem.
Yep, $25 for one Ninja Turtle costume. Like man, that's a meal. Like that's a good meal.
A nice meal, yeah.
Yeah, that's fucking. Oh, that's crazy.
Like
That's a good
$5?
meal. Okay, I'd say like 10. Like
10?
I'd say 10. Yeah, I'll go 10. You know?
Is this because they set the bar so high and this is your compromise, or is that really what you would think?
That's my compromise. That's absolutely my compromise. Because shit, and like the price of indie games is also going up, and any kind of gaming stuff is going up. Because I remember like Xbox Live Arcade, those games like launched at $10, and then they went to 15. I was like, that's a little pricey. Then they went to 20, and now like Sea of Stars is coming out at $35 at the end of the month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I will say the skins look cool. It does.
They do look cool.
Yeah, it does encourage going into avatar battles. The moment we loaded in this morning and I saw Raphael and Michelangelo fighting each other, it's like I have to watch this.
I need to know.
I need to know. They didn't commit to the bit though. I'm waiting for probably a week from now. I'll check again. I want to find people that are committing to the bit and have chosen which fighter for which turtle.
Fair.
Like Leonardo should be Ryu, right?
Oh yeah,
right. Well, they're all ninjas, so they should all be Kimberly, right?
Okay,
Yeah.
if you want to commit to the ninja bit, then yes, absolutely, everyone should be Kimberly.
Yeah.
That would be fun.
Yeah, they're all teenagers. They all do graffiti. Sure.
Yeah. However, you can only use these costumes for the avatars. So all their styles would be Kimberly, but their specials would be something else.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think they should find the best fighter for each turtle for those and stick with it. I want to see it.
Yes, they are permanently Ninja Turtles.
Yep.
So
awesome.
All right.
I'm not paying that money.
No, me neither. Fuck that. Are you kidding? Fuck no.
How many drive tickets does it cost for one of those?
I don't know that you can actually buy them with drive tickets.
Then fuck that. Are you kidding me? No. That's terrible, man. Ugh.
Lordy.
But they can do it because Street Fighter 6 is a very good game.
I'm
on top of being popular. Oh well.
All right. Next up is Twisted Metal. Shocking the world out here.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Twisted Metal is currently the one of the top 5 best performing shows ever on Peacock. And it currently is sitting on a pretty high Rotten Tomatoes rating for fans.
I was not expecting that.
Same.
Me
Really?
neither.
at all. No, because
No.
You watch the trailers and stuff, and you're like, this looks like garbage.
No, I watched the trailers and I'm like, this looks kind of funny. It could be okay.
it could be fun for sure.
yeah.
But
I was gonna
I didn't
I
have
was
any
going to say.
faith them like creating it, in a genuine way, and also like fully understanding the material and going with it. Is that what's happening?
I think it's a little bit of fully understanding the material and going with it, but then also adapting that to being like more suitable for a TV show.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like there's only like 2 or 3 real car battles in the show, and then it's a lot of comedy and character development and stuff like that.
Oh, only 2 or
So
3 car battles?
Yeah.
yeah, like there's
Okay.
one early on in the beginning. There's one in the desert. There's the one at the end. Oh wait, no, there's like 4. So yeah, but like the show is like funny and charming, and they do a really good job with it.
Okay. That's
You know,
awesome.
so yeah, man. Like I I can't like yeah, I was shocked. Like I watched all of it over the course of like 2 nights.
I binged it
Yeah,
in one day.
yeah. So
Wow. Good
I was
lord.
also watching it with my brother at the same time.
Ooh.
So.
Damn.
yeah, so yeah, man,
Oh,
it's pretty good. It's especially funny. That's the thing. Like
yeah.
I was, yeah, it's super goddamn funny.
So hilarious. And the way
Okay.
that it ended too. They really did leave it open for season 2.
Yeah, they very much are making the assumption of season 2 is happening.
Which, oh god, I have the article for it too. It's all but confirmed season 2 is happening.
Okay.
So,
They very much, assuming that it didn't bomb, which it obviously didn't, judging by well
Mhm.
all of this.
everything. Then yeah, like it's gonna do, it's done pretty well for its fucking self.
Good.
So yeah. So they don't do the actual tournament in this. What they do is they do they set up its own storyline, and then the end of the season, they are very much setting up like, okay, next season is gonna be the actual tournament.
Okay.
So
Get people into Twisted Metal for all the reasons outside of the tournament, and then get some faith in them, get the studio to get faith in them, and then here comes the money to fund all these fucking car crashes.
yep, there you go. Perfect.
All right. Cool.
Here for it.
Yeah.
The car crashes.
Let's do
right?
it.
Give us all the car crashes. There you go. And yeah, that's the news.
That is the news. All right. Ooh.
Yeah, good week. Good week.
I mean, good. Good. Yeah, Emily.
Good. Right.
Good. Like, man, that burning car crash sure did happen.
Oh man, no kidding.
All right, so and we're gonna take a quick break, and then we'll wrap it up with what we've been playing. All right.
All right. Be right back, guys. Hey, we're back.
We are completely back. How are you? I'm well.
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking.
Great. Did you play any good video games this week?
Define good.
Yeah.
Did you play video games this week?
Yeah. Well, I certainly did play 1 or 2 a little bit. I don't know what we want to get into first. Should we just jump into the big one?
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure everyone or most of us played Baldur's Gate 3. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
How far did everyone get?
I'm only level 2 still, I think. The last I got to, I'd need to go find the druid leader, and I ran into a goblin encampment, and I stepped through the front door, and I got smoked, as well as 2 other people, and then the 4th person was about to get smoked, and I was like, all right, I need to reload this save. Where's the autosave?
So yeah, he's in the goblin cave. So, yeah, no, I'm a little bit past you. I'm just past the Goblin Camp.
Okay.
Where the Goblin Camp is about to assault the Druid Grove, and I like started that battle, and it went tits up almost immediately.
That sounds right.
Yep.
And I'm like, all right, cool. I'm not in the mood to reload this save like 3 or 4 times, so
Right.
I'm good. What about you, Ninja?
On my farthest character, I just got to the Goblin Camp.
Okay,
I
cool.
have 6 characters made.
Oh my
Dear
god.
I have 2. I have one for my own playthrough and one and one for playing with Stella. So I guess my big question there is, am I the only one doing a Dark Urge playthrough?
No. One of my
Okay, so
characters is Dark Urge.
is it
And
not the
it's
best
it's the one
playthrough?
that's the furthest. It's really good. Like it's I have been playing to give into the Dark Urge, and I think that is way more fun than not giving in to the Dark Urge.
See, I think not giving into the Dark Urge is more fun because what ends up happening is you end up with a slot machine on when it's going to pop off.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And it can happen at any time. So you just have this little bit of paranoia in your mind of like, man, if I keep denying this violent urge, it's going to happen at the worst possible time. And I'm loving the tension with it. I did get some brownie points from the Dark Urge for torturing that one guy in the Goblin Camp. If you've gotten to that part yet,
Pretty early on when you're looking for Gale, you have the option of like he's sticking his hand out of the portal, right, and you can help him get out, or you can cut off his hand.
and then he doesn't join your party though,
And
right?
then yeah. But my character in that run is a sorcerer anyway, so I don't need a wizard.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, the opportunities to jump in with your Dark Urge are prevalent and great.
Did you see the squirrel one yet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You forgot
It's
what
just
you
like
were fighting about.
It's just like you want to do a small squirrel. It would be so twee if it were climbing a tree. And then one of the options is just to fucking kick it, and it fucking beans against a tree and dies.
Just Jesus fuck.
Man.
Another really good one is I will say the funny part about cutting off Gale's arm is you then get an item in your inventory of wizard arm.
Yes.
Oh. Liquid snake
Okay.
arm.
So, yeah, man, I highly encourage anyone to play the Dark Urge playthrough. It is fucking incredible. I probably wouldn't be enjoying the game nearly as much if it weren't for it. So yeah.
Yeah, the game is a lot of fun. I tried like early on not to save scum, and then I was like, fuck it, every roll. F5, and then if the roll doesn't go my way, F8, and we're done.
I will say, if it's anything that's like a charisma check or like a speech or persuasion check, I almost always get it just because of my build and my bard and things of that nature.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
There's so much to this game. Like it necessitates multiple playthroughs of different styles, and I'm looking forward to it.
I don't really enjoy the combat still, but I enjoy some of the hilarious shit that happens. Like, especially if you are saves coming like Ninja is, you can see what happens and then set up a situation that favors you greatly.
At the beginning of the game when you're running through the ship, you could kill. There's a couple of things you can do with when the Mind Flayer is fighting like the demon general. You can get his sword.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely.
And you can either kill him, or as I realized, you can just have the cleric swap her spells and give her the command spell. Command him to drop the sword, pick it up, and then finish.
Ooh.
Mm.
It's a lot easier than killing him.
Yes.
And it gives you like one of the best swords for the first act by far.
Yeah. Yeah.
So no, I ran into a situation where like I was on an upper bridge fighting a bunch of goblins down below my dude and the party, and we had these like non-party AI members helping us with the siege, and we set up a bunch of oil and explosive barrels, and I was like, oh, my dude's far enough away. Him and my non-party teammates were not far enough away.
They're never far enough
And
away.
it proceeded to knock them both off off of the bridge, even into the goblin commander and goblin party.
Nice.
So yep, and they both died horribly. So
The shove action in this game is really good because a lot
Yes.
of the time you're fighting on like on like bridges or cliff sides or like rooftops. And so if you shove somebody off of one of those things, they will take a considerable amount of falling damage and probably die.
you guys are making me want to play this again.
I know. Just talking
I
about it
know.
makes you want to play it.
Yep.
I know it's super good in that respect. Yeah, look, for me to enjoy a CRPG, it takes a lot.
Right.
It takes a lot, and this game has a lot that I'm willing to just shrug and deal with the combat, so I can get with everything else that is incredible with
Mm-hmm.
it. So yeah. All right. Well, yeah. I think that so out of curiosity, I'm running a Dark Urge bard. You're a Dark Urge sorcerer. What is your setup, Aaron?
Dark Urge, is that like a background? Is that a
Yeah,
That-
it's one of
uh,
the like origin characters, but you can customize the character instead of playing like one of the NPCs.
huh?
So when you boot
yeah.
up, you have the option of creating a custom character or an origin character, and the origin characters are all NPCs except for the Dark Urge.
Yes,
Oh,
and the dark.
okay. I just made
Yes,
a
and the
character.
yes, and the Dark Urge is maximum like it's just this constant battle between you being awesome and you being a giant asshole.
Great.
Uh,
That
and
sounds
it's
like chaos and fun.
yes, I highly recommend it. I honestly, what sold me on the game is when I heard about the Dark Urge playthrough, and I was like, that sounds fucking hilarious. I want to try that, and
Right.
I did. It was really cool. So think that how
Yeah.
you will, but
Yeah, no, uh I just created a character. I created a little drow elf and half drow elf and made him a monk, and I've just been having fun
nice.
with that.
I don't know.
So yeah.
Any notable stories that you have from it?
Um I mean, not really, to be honest. It hasn't been anything. I've been doing a lot of talking with people. I've found out about the whole situation with the druids and all that, and so of the numerous ways I could go about curing, the getting the worm out of your head, it
Mm-hmm.
seemed like going after the druid leader seemed like the best course of action to
Yeah, he can
solve
become.
the side
Just so you know,
stuff.
he can become a party member with you. By the way.
That's cool. All right.
Yep.
Yeah,
Mhm.
as the thing about this is, yeah, like you have to choose your party members, and it's like, all right, you guys all have stories you want to follow, but also it means I have to put up with someone that I don't feel like putting up with this character.
Yeah. Yep.
Who didn't you feel like putting up with?
I don't know how to say the names of the races, but who is the green skinned one that you start with?
Oh, she's the worst. She's the absolute worst.
She's first on my list. Shadowheart's being real secretive. Historian is also being secretive, but he at least has the fun of being flirty. Shadowheart won't tell me the thing about anything about the thing that's in her that she keeps hiding in
Oh,
her hand.
you should select her, open her inventory, and then try to open the thing.
Oh, fun. Okay, that'd be funny. All right, I'll have to check that out. But yeah, I haven't really gotten into much of anything crazy yet for whatever reason. I don't know. I've just poked around and it's been pretty standard stuff.
Fair.
And yeah, so I'm looking forward to what's coming ahead, and the game just looks incredible, and I've loved the voice acting and the writing so far. I can see all the different ways things could go one way or another, and that's exciting. And I have to really control myself where I'll just be roaming around a map. It's like there's too much stuff. I have to let things go and just let the story be what it is.
Yes, my biggest piece of advice to that game is literally just let it play, like let just shit happen.
Yep.
You know.
Yeah, it's the only way. So yeah, looking forward to it. Looking forward to seeing more.
Right on. All right. Well, cool. What about you, Ninja? Anything notable you really want to bring up from it?
No, I don't think so. I haven't. There's I don't. There's a character that shows up when I try to cross this bridge, and I don't know because it's the furthest I've gotten on one character, and I don't know if it's because of what I have on the like the character's background, or if it's because it's scripted to happen, and I haven't like my wife is also playing it, and she's almost done with Act 2. And I don't know, like I'm interested to know if it's scripted to happen or if you need to have that background to run into this character.
What character? Can you give me an idea?
He shows up as you're about to like jump over this bridge and says that he is a fan of like-minded individuals. And
I
then
see.
yeah, and I think it's because I have Dark Urge that I ran into the character, but
Yeah, if
like
it's who I think it is, because Dark Urge is supposed to get like a buddy.
yeah, and he like teleported me to like this banquet hall.
Oh, that one. That's not Dark Urge.
Okay, so that's
Okay.
just part of the story.
Yes.
Okay.
I told him that I'd think about it.
I was gonna try to kill him right then and there, but I was like, well, I don't know what's gonna happen with this guy.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah, like that. I also see why you wouldn't want to try and give that man the business, because he seems like he would give
He
you
seemed
the
pretty strong.
business.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right, cool. Okay, well, fair enough. Yeah, no, I ran into him in the Goblin camp. Yeah, no, he's something.
Yep.
All right. All right, man. Well, other than dealing with that, all right.
What else have we been
Hey,
playing?
we played some Dark Souls.
We did play some Dark Souls. Yes, we watched Bronson play some Dark Souls for a couple hours, and what an entertaining couple hours that was.
It was.
Yes. We beat 2 whole bosses.
Yeah.
What a day.
What a day. Fun times. I'm very much looking forward to the next time.
Yes. So we did that, and then yeah, I've mostly just been on WoW, other than Baldur. It's like Baldur's Gate and WoW.
Okay. Yeah.
I need to log on to Final Fantasy to get my Power Rangers outfit.
It's pretty quick.
Very quick.
It doesn't take long.
Yeah. Could be quicker. But whatever.
It could be if you skip most of the cutscenes. There's one you can't skip, but
yeah, there's one you can't. All right, fine, we'll do this. But
is the story worth listening to, or is it just like doesn't matter? I can skip this. No problem.
You could. It's not.
Yeah, it's not.
It's not
anything to write home about.
Great, awesome.
Hey, just have confidence. If you don't have confidence, you act weird, and people are like, "What the heck's up with you?"
Be a hero. Embody the hero.
Embody the hero. Sometimes it helps to have a mask on when you do it.
Yeah.
That's it. There you go.
All right, great, perfect. Now I will just skip through all the cutscenes and go pick up my costume.
Yeah.
I think I'll have my samurai wear my Power Ranger costume.
I haven't decided. I wonder if I should do my monk or I don't know. It could apply to a number of different jobs.
Monk, I think, makes the most sense.
Monk makes sense. I don't know.
Samurai makes sense because like the Red Ranger did wield a sword.
I was gonna say like the samurai works, but also I feel like Gunbreaker
Gunbreaker probably works.
also works in that context.
But then you have to be a gunbreaker, so I mean,
I hear it's fun.
Ninja also works. There's a number of Ninja Power Rangers themed seasons.
Yep. Bard works if we're sticking to purely the weapon, you know, leading back to Mighty Morphin. That works. Warrior works, or Barbarian, or whatever. What were the other two? Well, one was a Trident, which I don't think anyone uses, and then one was daggers, Kunai, which was Ninja. So
okay.
I guess technically Rogue might work too.
All right. Okay. Well,
you don't become a Power Ranger to be stealthy.
That's right.
No, you have colored explosions go off behind you.
Oh yeah, you do.
All right. Anyone got anything else?
Yeah, I don't know. I played a little bit of Final Fantasy 14, played a little bit of Exo Primal. Still have not tried out the Savage Gauntlet just because by the time Savage Gauntlet comes around, I'm usually engulfed in other things. But I don't know. It looks like Exo Primal. People are like clearing it, and apparently it just is taking like 5 minutes to clear. I don't know if that's like a bad playthrough or a good one, but 5 minutes compared to like the 15 minutes for a normal game seems, I don't know, super quick, which is odd. But it's also apparently challenging. So ready to check it out at some point. But yeah, I got my Nimbus to 20. So now I'm gonna start working on my Skywave, which I'm the least prepared for. But we're gonna make it happen anyway. So
what class is the Skywave?
That's a healer. It's
okay.
I've gotten the 2 other healers to level 20, so now it's time to work on Skywave. And then I'll have done all the healers, and that's when I'm gonna move over to tanks. Because people love their DPS. They are just not going to take on other roles.
No, they will not.
I feel that's like every game.
It is.
Like every fucking game.
And
I understand healer because healing is fucking boring. But like, you know, like I don't understand why you wouldn't want to tank. Tank is sweet.
Well, especially in Exo Primal where tanking has less dire, you know, concerns.
Right, you know.
Compared to other MMOs and such, you know.
I think people have that tank anxiety, but also like, why would I play that when I can do so much damage and watch the number go up on a DPS class?
Right.
Because you are unkillable.
Yes.
That's why.
We know that, right? We know that, but
like fucking, oh my god.
Well, and what's funny is there's only one true tank. So there's the tank class, but then Krieger is just laying down fire from behind and occasionally throws down the shield, which is nice, but that's not tanking necessarily. And then Murasame, their big thing is throwing up a shield that they build up and then can use as a counter, which you want to use on medium to large dinosaurs, which I get. But again, Roadblock is the one that has this big, massive shield with a health bar on top, and you can use one of your abilities to call attention to yourself. You are being a tank. That's the only one though. So the others are fine. You could roll with 4 Kriegers.
We haven't been watching the King chat, but can we please ban this person?
Oh God, okay, fun.
I just
Great.
caught it.
Good Lord, people. Kick continuing to be Kick, man. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know how else to describe it, right?
There we go.
There's my band
That's-
hammer. How you like that?
There you go.
I'll show you a hammer.
Jesus Christ. I'm hammering all right. Yeah, so I don't know. And then healing is a weird thing. Let me tell you the amount of times I've rolled in as a Nimbus and the rest of the team's like, cool, so we don't need a healer. And I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
It's like,
Yeah,
it's
we
like
do.
it's like Heroes of the Storm when someone on your team picks Tyrande and everyone's like, oh, we don't need a healer. Like,
I am an off healer. Like, come on. Like,
Lord.
and we're able to survive because I think I'm a decent Nimbus, but it sometimes it feels like, oh, we have a red mage, we don't need a healer. It's like, that's not how. No.
Nope, not how that works. Nope.
Okay. I'll do what I can. So
Lordy.
yeah, that's all I've been up to, I think.
Cool. All right. Well, yeah. What about you, Ninja? Anything?
Street Fighter, and this week for whatever reason I was like, you know what I haven't played in a while is the original Final Fantasy. So I started playing the Pixel remaster.
Wow.
Final Fantasy 1?
Yeah.
Okay. Not what I was expecting to hear.
How was that?
Yeah, me neither. But it's fun. I mean, like it's been long enough that I only remember like the general direction to go in, so I don't actually have to talk to anybody to like figure out what to do or where to go. But it's still like, oh, this is like new enough, and the game looks pretty enough. Like it's been entertaining. They fixed a lot of the bugs that were in the game from when I last played it, which was like an NES version. I don't know, decades ago. So like the spells actually do what they're supposed to do, and it's probably the definitive version of the game to play now.
Wow. All right.
I didn't care for Final Fantasy 1. I'm so curious why Final Fantasy 1.
Well, I figured I would start with 1, and then if I wanted to go to 2, and then 3, and then so
See,
on.
yeah, no, I'm very curious about playing in that order.
I haven't
That
played
even-
these like any of these in so long
Yeah.
that
So
I don't remember a ton about them.
yeah, I haven't played the majority in a while, and I honestly, here's my opinion. You should play 4, 6, 7, 9, 10, 16. There you go.
10-2.
Sure, that one's all right. Yeah, why not?
Just
I wasn't.
don't play 15. Don't play 15.
Don't play 15. Don't play 13. Don't play 12.
For 13, watch the cutscenes, but watch them on YouTube because they are phenomenal.
For 13?
Yeah, the cutscenes in 13 are great.
Yeah, they got some cool cutscenes. You don't understand what's going on because they expect you to read a phone book, but
Yes,
you know.
they just throw at you at the beginning of the game, and I'm like, I'm not gonna read all this.
They expect you to, but you're not gonna. So yeah. I would say so yeah, and I think that's it. Now if you include spin-offs, that's where things get a little
Yeah.
that's where things get a little easier to deal with. Yeah, then you got Crisis Core. Unless you're like me, you would probably like Tactics. You know, there's stuff to see there and check out.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
All right.
Yep. That's it for
All
me.
right. All right. What about you, Em? You got anything?
Just Pikmin and Illusion Island and some Guardians. That's all I've been playing.
Nice.
All right.
Just
You
getting
you
further in
might
that.
like the game came out. You think closed or open beta? I think yesterday. Palia. It's like
Yeah, isn't that
made by
PC only
Warcraft
though?
devs. It is. Oh, it is PC only. That's true. Um, damn. But it's like a cross between the Disney game and Stardew Valley.
Yeah, my girlfriend's been really into it. She's played it constantly. Yeah, she's is super duper into it.
Wow. All
So,
right.
yep. Well, I think that's a show, everybody.
I think that's it.
Mm-hmm.
What do we have planned for this week?
So Tuesday we're all going fishing.
That's right.
So we're gonna boot up WoW and FF14 and fish for 2 to 3 straight hours.
Oh yeah, just a nice relaxing fish.
Just chilling fishing. In fact, I went out of my way to go get my fishing boat and World of Warcraft this week. So now I can go hop on a boat and just fish wherever I want fish.
Hell yeah!
Instead of just on the coast. So there's that. Yeah, and then unfortunately we don't have our normal Thursday stream because I'm gonna be at a wedding.
Mm-hmm.
So and unless Aaron gets in the mood to stream something on Thursday, we don't have our Thursday stream this week.
I might stream something.
And then yeah, and then Friday, and then we come back Sunday morning for Street Fighter and this lovely podcast.
Oh yeah.
So yeah,
that's it. All right, you guys. Feel free to check us out on your favorite podcast app. You probably what you're listening to or you're watching on YouTube. Oh, I'm sorry, Otaku man. Yeah, you came in right as we were closing shop.
Oh.
But thanks for coming in.
Damn.
Hey, hi, hello.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can absolutely listen to the show when it goes live on YouTube or on Twitch. Or not Twitch, on RSS services. Jesus.
Yes. And
I need to interview on my new show. Hell yes.
That sounds fun.
Yes, at minimum, yeah, we'll go on that. Sure, why not?
All right, we're gonna take this conversation offline.
Aaron and I, you and I have been doing this for like a decade now, over a decade.
Yeah, combined, I don't. Yeah,
a number of years. Combined, we've been doing
years.
This for like almost 25 years. So yeah, sure, absolutely.
I'm down to hang, like 100%.
Yeah, I'm down to chill.
Yeah,
it's all good.
So. Cool. All right. Well, if nothing else, be sure to join the Discord. That's where we're hanging usually.
Discord, follow us on Kick, YouTube, etc.
All that fun stuff. So yeah. All right, everyone, have a fantastic rest of your week. We'll see you Tuesday.
Tuesday.
See you later.
Bye.
See ya.